Welcome to today's quick vid. I'm just going to go over a couple problems from page 159 and 160, the two worksheets on finding the equation of a line when either given a slope and a point or 2 points. So the first one I'm going to be doing is page 159. It says, why did gyro go into a bakery? It's a good question. So here we're giving a point and a slope. So I'm sorry, this is the point, this is the slope. And if you look at the point, there's an x and a y in each point, and this is our m. So here's number one here. So I'll just write it out. M equals 2, ordered pair is 3, 2. So the piece of the puzzle that is missing is actually the b. I need to figure out what is the b. So to do that, I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. And I'm just going to substitute in all of the values except for b. So for example, this is my x, this is my y. So I'm going to put this number in for y, I'm going to put this number in for x, and I'm going to put this number in for m. So I'm going to fill in 3 out of the 4 possibilities. And when I do that, I end up getting 2 equals 2 times 3 plus b. And again, all I did was just put these values in. Put my value for y, my value for m, and my value for x. So now all you do is just solve for b. So 2 equals 6 plus b. Well, I need to get b by itself, and the way you get b by itself is just subtract 6 from both sides. Subtract 6 from both sides. b equals -4. Okay, so that means my final equation, all you need are 2 things to write an equation. You need an m and you need a b. So my final equation would be y equals 2x minus 4. So when you come back up here, you look at these 2 problems, it's going to be r. Okay. So you would come down here for problem number 1, you would put an R in here. Okay, I'm just going to do the second one fairly quickly. It's kind of the same problem. So just bear with me as I quickly do this. So m equals -3. My ordered pair is 1, 4. So I'm going to do this much faster. Okay, so use your y equals mx plus b. Fill in the 3 items that we know. Here's x, here's y. M is -3, that goes there. X goes there. Y goes all the way over here. So 4 equals -3 times 1 plus b. Again, we're looking for b. So 4 equals -3 plus b. Now we got to get b by itself, so I'm going to do the opposite, which is add 3, add 3. So 7 equals b. Again, I've got my 2 items I need to write an equation. I've got my m and I've got my b. Let's go ahead and write the equation. Y equals -3x plus 7. And you can see here, there it is. So for number 2, you're going to put an O. So come down here, put an O. Okay? So you guys do the rest. You're supposed to do it on a separate sheet of paper. All right, the next problem. I'm sorry, the next page. It's just one extra step. This is page 160. So again, your final goal is to write the equation. Well, this time they don't give you a slope. We have to actually figure out the slope on our own. So no worries. We've been doing that all throughout December. So I'm just going to quickly write down 1, 5 and 2, 7. So the first one I'll do a little slower. The second one I'll do much faster. So we know to find m, you've got to do y minus y over x minus x. Well, guess what? Here's your x, here's your y, here's your x, here's your y. Let's take our y's, which is 5 minus 7. Take our x's, which is 1 minus 2. 5 minus 7 is -2. 1 minus 2 is -1. By now you should know a negative on top of a negative is a positive. Maybe, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. So now that we have our m, it's now similar to the last problem where we have a slope. We're going to use one of our points to now help us solve the equation, solve for b. So y equals mx plus b. So here's where I'm going to substitute 3 of my values in. For no reason, I'll use this ordered pair. So my y value is 7. My slope is 2. My x value I get from right here is also 2. No big deal. Plus b. So now solve this simple two-step equation. 7 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. 3 equals b. I got my 2 pieces of the puzzle. I have my m. I have my b. Write the equation. The equation would be y equals 2x plus 3. And when you look on your page, y equals 2x plus 3 is DE. DE. So you come down here to 1, 1, put D, put an E. Okay, so I'll do the second one much faster here. My ordered pairs are 0, 1, 3, -8. There's actually a shortcut to this one. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, do your slope, y minus y over x minus x. So that's 1 minus -8. Don't be afraid of negatives. 0 minus 3. 1 minus -8 is 9 over -3. So my slope is -3. So that's my m. So now I've got to steal. So pick an ordered pair. Well, I'm going to choose the one with 0 because it'll probably make my life a little easier. So this is x, this is y. So y would be 1. M we just figured out to be -3. X is 0 plus b. 1 equals 0 plus b. Well, guess what? 1 equals b. So I've got my m. I've got my b. Write the equation. Y equals -3x plus 1. And when you look at the answer, that would be CT. Now, real quick, we talked about in class that whenever x is 0, whatever's with it is the y-intercept. So you'll notice I get the same answer. Look how these match. Here I have 1 for b. Here is 1 in the ordered pair because x is 0. So if I could recognize that, I wouldn't even have to go through all of this. Because I know when x is 0, whatever's with it in the y value is your y-intercept or your letter b. So if you can recognize that, there's a couple problems. I'm sorry, there are no other problems on this page that deal with that, but just they do come up from time to time. So when x is 0, whatever its buddy is actually your b, and you wouldn't have to do all this. But just a little tip there from your Uncle Lair. All right. Any questions, feel free to ask. Good luck, and upload this whenever you are done. Again, you probably want to do this on a separate sheet of paper. That is it, and good luck.